Live from Terry Connor's Rink in Stamford, Connecticut, the NWHL presents the first ever live Twitter broadcast. This afternoon, it's the Connecticut Whale hosting Team Russia in the second annual Summit Series. Hi, everybody. Alongside Erica Ayala, I am Phil Jubileo. This afternoon, the Whale begin their third season of play in the NWHL, looking to finally advance in the playoffs and get to an Isabel Cup final. But today, they'll have a very tough matchup against a strong Team Russian squad that defeated the Riveters on Friday night.
That's correct. So again, this Whale team, they have a lot of new players. They're going up against an Olympic team heading over to Pyeongchang. So they're really going to want to step up and start building their foundation for the third season.
Ryan Aquali is the new head coach of this Connecticut Whale team. He replaces Heather Lindstad, who finished off last season. Well, he's got a lot of new players to deal with, but some returning faces on the squad, beginning with Kelly Babstock.
Kelly Babstock, first-year All-Star last season. She's been a consistent offensive threat in the NWHL. Going to look for her leadership, not only her ability to score, but also to set up her teammates.
Meanwhile, the Whale do return an experienced blue line led by Sydney Roosler. The former Quinnipiac standout had a very fine rookie campaign.
She sure did, and we were able to see her really hold down the defense. The defense did struggle last season for the Whales, so we're going to hope that Sydney can bring that experience and that leadership to the blue line for the third season.
Well, Ryan Aquali has a lot of questions. He hopes to have some answers for them. Let's send it downstairs. Ashley Audette had a chance to speak with him earlier today.
Thanks, Phil. I'm here with the new head coach of the Connecticut Whale, Ryan Aquali. Thank you so much for meeting with us today. Tell me, what's going on with your team as you head in? You've only had 3 practices thus far. How's the chemistry looking?
It's great. We're really excited about the team that we have. The ladies are excited about the opportunity to play today and just looking forward to start the process of getting to know each other on the ice and off the ice. But we feel really good about the group that we have.
New head coach, what are you working on this season that you noticed from last season for this team?
Yeah, I mean, it starts with having fun. We want the players to be excited about coming to the rink every day and being a part of this great experience. But it's a process, and the systems is a process, and our ability to, reach the best we can be as a group is a process. So in the short term, we're just focused on what we can control, which is our level of compete, our ability to be great teammates, and ability to work hard and be prepared. In the long run, it's, the goal is simply how can we lessen the time to impact? So what do we need to do to, how quickly can we get it to be as good as we can be?
Absolutely. No. This team lost, the Riveters lost last Friday. So what are you guys feeling going into this game? How is it, what's the locker room looking like?
Yeah, we're excited to play their team. We don't have any tape on them. We're sure they're going to be a strong opponent. But again, it comes right back to us as far as we want to execute on the things that we can control. So we're going to play a high-tempo game. We're going to be very aggressive in the offensive zone. And if we're able to do that successfully, we expect that it should lead to some turnovers and some scoring chances for us.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Coach.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
That's Ashley Audette with new Whale head coach Ryan Aquali, who has a tall order in front of him. In just a few minutes, we'll have the starting lineups and the opening puck drop as the Connecticut Whale open up their preseason schedule hosting Team Russia. And you're watching it live on Twitter. It's the NWHL.
there's always a sense with Decker and Niter on ice in the penalty kill that someone's going to score.
I know every time that they're on the ice that they're going to make something happen. They don't care if they're on a PK.
Here's Knight shorthanded. Knight in alone. Deke shoots. Save. McLaughlin. Oh, what a stop. Keeps it 1-0. Gives it back. And Decker scores.
The dynamic duo obviously does it again.
14-21.
And welcome back to Terry Connors Rink in Stamford, Connecticut, alongside Erica Ayala. I'm Phil Jubileo. It is the Summit Series, the second annual Summit Series. Team Russia on Friday night defeated the Metropolitan Riveters at the Barnabas Health Hockey House by a final score of 3-2. Olga Sosina factored in all of the scoring for Team Russia. She netted the hat trick as they huddle up to our left in front of their starting netminder, Maria Sorokina. And she played on North American ice against the Whale last season, Erica. This Russian team is very young. They're strong. They've got some good size, and they have very good skill up front.
Well, we'll start with the captain. You mentioned she netted a hat trick against the Metropolitan Riveters, and her thing is really to bring along those young players. She has been to the Olympics, as you mentioned. She's played against these North American teams, and it's a part of her job not only to get it done on the ice and on the scoreboard, but also to help her countrywomen along in this series leading up to Pyeongchang.
As we take a look at Team Russia's starting lineup, starting in front of Maria Sorokina at a Dynamo in St. Petersburg. That is her club team. On defense, it will be Galina Skiba. She's the oldest member of this very young team at 33 years old. And also starting on defense is Anna Shibanova. Up front, we mentioned Olga Sosina, the Team Russian captain. She's on the top line with a name very familiar to NWHL fans in Ludmila Belyakova, the former Riveter from the inaugural season. She had 5 goals during that first NWHL campaign. And rounding it out is Diana Kanyeva, also at a Dynamo in St. Petersburg, as referee Brian Kelly is at center ice to drop the puck. And here come the Connecticut Whale with control. And yes, you are seeing this correctly on your screen. They're in white jerseys with red numerals. We'll discuss that in a moment as the Whale try to exert some pressure, but quickly broken up as Team Russia gets it out of the zone. Down the right wing side and toward the corner. It's played and held on to briefly as it's back along the right wing side, and a little different line actually starting up front here. And along the left wing side, there's Belyakova looking in front for Sosina from the side of the net. Her shot was sticked aside. The starting netminder today, former Quinnipiac Bobcat Sydney Rossman, who was the ECAC goaltender of the year. Pirogova from the right point. Her shot gets blocked as it's dumped out of the zone by Jamie Goldsmith. He's the head girls hockey coach at the Gunnery. As Team Russia, following a Whale line change, looks to keep the zone. Here's Grace Kleinbach, number 94 for the Whale. Works it in deep, and the puck is shot over the glass and out of play. And we'll see if Team Russia gets called for delay of game, as Anna Shokina sent that one over the glass.
And so you mentioned the uniforms. We are not seeing the debut for the new Connecticut Whale uniforms, but as we talked about earlier, this is a hockey game, not a fashion show. And this is preseason, so we're just looking to see what the team's going to do on the ice.
And you'll have to wait until Tuesday night with bated breath for those new uni tops. Transportation issues causing a delay here as we're a little over 1 minute into this first period of play. The starting lineup for the Whale, it was Goldsmith along up front with Faber, joined by number 9, Casey Anderson. And on defense, it was Jordan Brickner and Amanda Boyer. As it is Team Russia back in their zone. Good hit, working it down the left wing side, and the pass toward the slot is, it was Emily Fluke looking for someone between the circles, and Russia controlling the puck back in their zone. We're a minute 45 in, played out to center ice and reclaimed by Connecticut, as they're showing some good ability to keep the puck out of their own end here in the early going, as Russia plays it up the left wing side. Pirogova fires it from the blue line on net. Rossman is there, and she holds on for a stoppage in play.
So again, we're just looking for this Connecticut Whale team to come together. They finished at the bottom of the table last season. Really going to look to see what this defense is going to do.
Well, face-off will be to the right of Rossman. Falling down on the ice there was Stephanie Mock. Played back in the corner, Rusler. Can't clear the zone. Russia keeps it alive. That's number 76, Katerina Nikolaeva. Sofia Agostinelli trying to hold it along the board. Stumped back toward the corner. And Rusler trying to wrap it around the net. Has control of it on a second effort. Backhands it up the left wing boards. Barabo gets stripped by Katarova as it's hacked out to center ice. Back to Dupina, and Dupina will shoot it in. Out of the crease is Rossman to play. Will get the puck out through center ice. Battle along the near wing boards, and it's scooped up by Skiba back in her own zone. Galina Skiba nearly poked away by Goldsmith. Played in the center ice circle and taken by Anderson, and back to the left wing side. Coming in is Sam Faber wearing number 2 today. So while the Whale are borrowing jerseys from a local junior team, most of the numbers match up, but Sam Faber not in her familiar 28, and we get an offside stopping play.
We're already seeing that this game is pretty physical, both teams going at each other. The Russian team was very aggressive against the Metropolitan Riveters on Friday, so let's see what the Whale's able to do.
Well, there is an interference penalty on Shibanova. So that will give the Whale their first power play at 2:56, period number 1. So we'll see the Connecticut power play for the first time this preseason. They were at just under 14% a year ago, 13.8%, and that was at the bottom of the NWHL as the puck played by Russia deep in their own zone, and Anna Shokina will send that down 200 feet, and Brickner will give chase for it. Brickner paired with Bollier. Bollier was a standout from the blue line at St. Lawrence University, but now here is Sosina shorthanded, fires it in from the blue line, and it banks off the glass as Brickner gets cut off by Sosina. Now regained by the Whale back in their own zone, and it will be Bollier, just 5'1", from the center line, looking for Babstock on left wing, too far for her, and Russia will play that one out to center. It goes past Elena Orlando, as she is paired right now with Shannon Doyle, second power play unit, taking to the ice up front for Connecticut. Rachel Aid is on the ice right now, along with Stephanie Mock. And Orlando working one of the points. So Aid, who has size, a net front presence, tries to slash her way toward the net. And a poke back to the near wing boards, as Russia will get a clear out of the zone, sent down ice by number 7, Mitrofanova. 30 seconds remaining in the power play. No score in the first period. And it's tied up. Doyle comes away with it back in her own zone. Shannon Doyle looking up ice. Sends a long feed ahead. In comes Agostinelli, and she was offside. That'll stop play with 17 seconds remaining in the interference penalty against Shibanova.
And again, we're still looking to see what these pairings are going to be, but of note, we see that Orlando is listed as a defender. She played forward and defense last season, and she was a defender, for the New York Riveters in that inaugural season.
She played a bit of both a season ago, working the point on that power play unit. Well, with new skaters out there, Bollier along with Brickner on defense, Babstock's line aboard. Sosina trying to center it for Team Russia. Brickner nicely breaking it up in her third season with the Whale, as Kanieva tried to center a pass and now regained by the Whale. Sam Faber, nice moves coming down the wing. Here's Faber, and they will be counting a lot on her speed and offense here this season as Team Russia will get it out. Sosina along the right wing, pass out in front. Good back check coming down the far wing side by Anderson. Russia still on the attack, puck in the slot. Dergacheva fires one just far, and Sosina has it back. Dergacheva, top of the left wing circle, can't keep it in, and it's regained out at center ice by Pirogova. 5.5 played in the first period. Shokina with a weak pass broken up, and here come the Whale as Bollier couldn't keep up with the puck, and Badalova will play it for Russia. Long pass ahead, 2-on-1 here. Shokina with a step in front of the Whale defense. Good play there by number 5 for Connecticut, Stephanie Mock, to break things up. And she'll come away with the puck. Long head feed pass. A little too far for Agostinelli, and it's covered up in front by Maria Sorokina. And she holds on. No further play, no score. Each team with one shot on goal.
Yeah, that was a great recovery by Stephanie Mock. We're seeing speed on both sides so far in the game, and that's what saves you a goal there. You know, you make your goalie not have to work so early. That's what you want to see.
Sorokina on the face-off to our right. Team Russia will control that, and it's played back out to center ice. Baribeau moves it to Orlando. We'll see a lot of mixing and matching of the lines here. As Mock with it on the left wing side, fires a shot just wide from the circle, and Baribeau, who skated in 8 games last season for Connecticut, tied up in the corner. And a good battle along the wall here as Mock kept it in briefly. Mitrofanova for Russia. Chips it ahead along the far wing. Jupina into the Whale zone to our right. Looking behind the net, finding Katarova. And she's cut off by Rusler.
Talked about her before the game started.
Mock along the near wing. Center feed, broken up, poked away at the line. Good job by Agostinelli. Getting used to North American hockey. She played in high school, was a lacrosse standout at Holy Cross before going to Germany a year ago. Tallest player on the team at 5'10". They'll need her size and strength. So Cena centering feed, and that's broken up. Cleared out to center ice, and Skiba will fire a hard shot back in. That tested Rossman, and she dumps it toward the corner. Now Belyakova, who had 5 goals last season in the first Summit Series, as Babstock looking to head it up the middle, and the pass a bit too far for Emily Fluke, and we get a stoppage in play with 12:40 to go in the first.
And that was her former teammate Orlando that broke up that play for Belyakova. Looking like Sosina's really trying to set up Belyakova to score. As you mentioned, she did great in that Summit Series last year, coming off an injury nonetheless. Excuse me.
3 of those 5 goals against Connecticut in that Summit Series. And now Shokina with a shot save mid. Rossman by the near goal post, and she hangs on as she dropped down in the butterfly to keep Shokina out of the back of the net.
Yeah, absolutely. She didn't get that first puck clean, but she was there for the second shot attempt, point blank.
Now it'll be Dergacheva on the face-off for Russia. Poked out of the zone by the Whale. Shokina sending it rink wide and skidded in by Pirogova. Thought about a drop pass, instead advancing the puck in deep. She's tied up. Dergacheva, number 59 for Russia, to Shokina shooting, and that was blocked in front by Babstock. One thing we're seeing some of from this Connecticut Whale team, the ability to get in front of shots, block shots, not be afraid, Erica, to get in the way. If the puck can't get to the net, can't get in the net.
That's right. And again, we talked about it. Defense, that's a huge area that this Whale team coming from last season is going to want to improve on. And it looks like they've been focused on that so far in this game.
They had some blue line issues. They had some issues in net. Now it's Mitrofanova. Pass out in front. Cutting to the net was Katarova. She lost her stick. And that allowed the Whale to hack it out of the zone, sent down by Casey Anderson. As Team Russia will play it deep. Mitrofanova. Good keeping by Anya Battolino, seeing her first shift in this game. She was tied up. Now Sosina trying to get to it, but the Whale send it down ice, and that's number 22, Cassie Dunn, not in her regular number, as we see an icing here, and that'll bring the face-off out of the Russia zone with 11:20 remaining in this first period.
You mentioned Anya Battolino. Fans of the league know Anya. This is her 3rd season with the Whale, but her first as a rostered player. She was able to sign with the Connecticut Whale for a full roster spot. She also, of course, is the director of the Players Association.
And that is a change from last season. Everyone that signs in the NWHL as a player is a rostered player. In fact, the Whale added one today. Denise Cardello, who played college hockey for Castleton and Nichols College, signed a contract on Friday, and she's dressing as Megan Huertas is out long-term with an injury, and that's a tough loss for Connecticut. Back on the ice here, though, so Cena will wrap it around the boards. Russia trying to center it. That was Belyakova. Back to Sosina, poked away. Nice shot by Battolino, trying to dig that off the wall, and it's cleared out to center ice, but a bit too far for Stephanie Mock. Russia will change. Sosina still out there on the ice. Pass went behind her. Now it's Battolino trying to advance in, falling on her stomach as Pirogova takes that puck away. And it's kept in nicely by Stephanie Mock. Pirogova battles her again. Russia gets it out to center ice. Dergacheva cut into the Connecticut Whale zone, and Russia will regroup back in their own zone. Long feet ahead, and Dergacheva Playing Bollier in the corner. Bollier, 29 points a season ago for St. Lawrence. Left point shot nearly out behind Rossman, and it's dumped in by Shokina. That puck rolling on edge, and Russia leads 1-0.
Yeah, we saw there that, again, Rossman able to make that initial stop, but then she lost the puck. Might have hit the post there. She just didn't see it behind her and couldn't recover in time, and far post wide open for Team Russia.
Now, Rossman got to that puck. It rolled behind her as we take another look.
Oh, and here we go. So we see the shot coming in, and we see that save, and Rossman just couldn't hold on. Tried to go behind her, and then boom, wide open there.
Cassie Dong tried to clear that from the crease. She backhanded, just fanned through that clearing attempt, and the puck just sat there for Shokina. So she picks up her first goal of this Summit Series. We'll try to get you assists as they come in. As the Whale with pressure inside Team Russia's zone. Here's Kelly Babstock. Nice move. Brings it back to the circle. Shot couldn't get through traffic. Babstock back with it. Falls. Try to get it through the leg of the defense. Labova. Russia gets it clear, and the wobbling puck is picked up by Grace Kleinbach. And Kleinbach will go rink wide. Brickner, good feed ahead. Babstock there. Number 8 for the Whale. Trying to move toward the slot, and Kanyeva will play it around the boards back to the far wing. Whale kept it in briefly. Kanyeva wearing number 8 tonight for Russia. Ahead for Sosina. Give and go with the skater coming up the middle, and that was Shibanova from the blue line advancing on the Russian. Now Sosina in front. Shibanova, shot and a save. Cleared out to the blue line. Skiba plays it down the boards. 1-0 Russia on top. Kanyeva behind the net looking for Belyakova in front. Skiba with it back at the line.
Of note, Rossman has no stick right now.
And Brickner trying to sweep it out. Kanyeva back with it. Far wing corner. Kanyeva along the goal line. And broken up nicely as it's skated out to center ice by Emily Fluke. Reclaimed by Russia back in their own zone as we come up on 8.5 remaining in this first period. Next whistle, we're set to send it downstairs to Ashley Audette, I believe, and we'll talk with Ryan Aquali as Dergachieva trying to center to the cutting Pirogova. Play to the blue line. Batalova rips a shot, and that one was blocked by Anderson. Or check that, Goldsmith. Dergachieva along the boards. Barabo lobs it out. Shokina regroups back to her own zone. 8 minutes remaining here in this first period. Russia the 1-0 lead on the goal by Shokina. That came at 9:51 of this first period. Rink wide pass from Rusler broken up. Shokina with the goal for Russia. Advancing pass across. Good job by Rusler to step in front of the cutter down the left wing side. That was Strieva. And now the Whale will skate it out to center. Goldsmith from the solid stripe drives across ice in. Played off the boards by Labova. Russia gets it out. Now Mitrofanova, number 7 for Russia. Couldn't get it through Shannon Doyle, and we get a stoppage in play. 7:25 remaining in this first period. Russia on the goal by Shokina with a 1-0 lead over the Connecticut Whale. Let's send it downstairs. Okay, so anyway, Erica, first period here. We're seeing some things from the Whale, and this is a very experienced Russia team that's played well together for a long time, but this Connecticut Whale team's been put together in the last couple of weeks, but still some solid effort.
Absolutely. Again, noticed some things on defense. The team is really focused on that. I think what we're seeing is that they just need to connect a little bit more on the offensive push.
Okay, we're going to get ready to send it downstairs to Ashley Audette. She is on the bench with Whale head coach Ryan Aquali. Let's go downstairs. Okay, having some tech issues there with the wireless mic downstairs. We may try to pick that up next period. If not, thank you for joining us here. We are, well, go live on Twitter alongside Erica Ayala, Phil Jubileo with you. The hashtag for today's event, hashtag Russia VSCTW, Russia versus Connecticut Whale. If you have any questions or comments for us, throw them upstairs and we'll be able to address them during the broadcast as we get set to resume play. Whale win the draw. Barabo with it out to center ice. Rink wide pass along the far wing side as it is played back toward the corner. Shoveled along the half wall. And in the corner, it's number 76, Katerina Nikolaeva. Barabo looking to move it down the boards. To Doyle at the right point, winds and holds now, shoots one off the side of the net. And regained in the corner by Nikolaeva. As Russia can't clear the zone. Good keep in there, solid effort by the Whale to hold the zone, and now they'll make a change. As Russia sends a long pass out to center ice, it got behind Battolino. Now a foot race with her in Sosina. To Belyakova, now back behind the goal to Sosina. Kanyeva, Sosina, trying to go around Battolino. Skiba to the right side, Shibinova through traffic. And a good stick out in front by Babstock to deflect that toward the corner. 6:15 to go in the first. 1-0 Russia on the goal by Anna Shokina. And it's Belyakova now for Russia's top line. Shibinova to Belyakova, off her skate. Tied up by Babstock, who's known mostly as an offensive player, Erica, but playing a very good two-way game here in this first period.
Well, that's the thing about Kelly Babstock, is that she is a scrappy player. She plays till the last whistle. That's something that we've seen since the first season.
Physical, sometimes gets caught in the penalty box as a result. 26 pins a season ago to lead the Whale. Meanwhile, Russia skating out through center. Shokina taking it all the way down. Plenty of room for her. Plays it back along the right wing side, surveying the ice. Back straight away. Batalova with it, driving a good sliding block there by the Whale defense in the slot. As Shokina back with it. Cross ice toward the corner.
I believe that was Goldsmith with the block.
And now from the point, whistled wide. Dergacheva looking out in front, and a good clear. That was Goldsmith, chipping it off the boards and out to center ice with 5 minutes to play in the period. Russia right back in on the attack. Dergacheva looking in front for Shokina. Bouncing puck as Cassie Dunn got in the way to prevent another attempt there by Shokina. Whale with it out to center. Bollier briefly had it, but Russia will regain control. 4:45 to go in the period. Shots are 7-3 for the Russians. Russians in the red with the blue and white. Katarova, right circle, moving left, falling down, knocked down by Brickner. The Whale playing physical. And referee Brian Kelly keeping the whistle in his pocket here in this first period. Just the lone penalty, the interference call earlier on Shibinova. Now a pass across, Katarova, top shelf, and she scores. Little mini 2-on-1 developed for Russia, and Katarova makes it 2-0 for Team Russia.
What we're seeing so far from the Whale is that they're doing a great job of recovering, but they just got to get in front of the Russian team a little bit sooner and be able to develop things on offense. Yep, just beats her over that shoulder, over that right shoulder.
Rossman, who's not very tall, just 5'4", she plays a stand-up game. She's normally standing up. That time wasn't sure what Katarova was going to do. Dropped down, and unfortunately she guessed wrong. If she stood up, she would have had a fighting chance on that, but it was a perfectly placed shot.
Absolutely. And again, this is a Russian team that they've played together. They have been able to work out some of the rust, and the Whale, that's what they're doing tonight. So just want to see them keep pressing.
Well, Russia didn't just play on Friday night. They had a couple of games overseas to tune up against Team Japan before coming over. So they didn't land in North America without having some games under their belt as a squad. After they congregated, they were with their club teams. They come together. So they were able to get some ice time, and then the game as well on Friday where they looked very strong. So Cena trying to send a rink wide. That hit the ceiling, low ceiling here in Stanford at Terry Connor's rink, and we get a stoppage with 3:33 to go.
Yeah, those games against Team Japan, a few other Riveters coming together, reuniting Belyakova against Nana Fujimoto. And Russia, I believe, won both of those matches by 1 goal each.
Yeah, Fujimoto played pretty well in net, the former Riveters goaltender. Dergacheva, her shot stopped by Rossman. No word officially on whether Rossman's going to split time tonight or if she's going to get the full 60 in net. I guess we'll see sometime in the second period. Last season during the Summit Series, the Whale did split their goaltenders a season ago. It was Shanae Lundberg and Nicole Stock, and they both split the 2 games against Team Russia. Those games were played in North Brantford. 3 minutes to play here in the first period. As Russia, Shokina back from her own zone. Long pass ahead for Mitrofanova, too far, and we get an icing as Shannon Doyle wins the foot race to the puck with 2:54 to go in the first period.
And it will be interesting to see how time is split. You're of two minds. Do you get your goalies to see time in the same game, or do you just kind of let them ride out a full game and get a full game underneath their belt? Either way, I think you just want to make sure that they're able to get what they need before the regular season.
Here come the Whale. Broken up as Mitrofanova with a head pass, and in front with a shot. Big save by Rossman. Looking for her second was Katarova, and Rossman makes a highlight reel save to keep it a 2-goal game.
Straight breakaway there. She didn't get that cleanly, but Bottolino was able to recover, as we've talked about, and clear that away.
Mitrofanova with a nice poke check to get that ahead to Katarova. Starting Russia. Katarova back with it for Team Russia all the way to the blue line. Centering pass, and Nikolaeva drops it back, and Mitrofanova will play it in the corner against Bottolino, who ties her up there. Goldsmith trying to work as well on Kanyeva, and Goldsmith's going to go to the penalty box with 2:05 remaining in this first period, and Team Russia will get their first crack on the power play.
And we're going to see this save again. Team Russia on the break, and there we see Rossman be able to get that save. Anya being able to poke it away from danger.
So Jamie Goldsmith to visit the penalty box, 17:55. Time of the penalty, and we'll see Russia's attack for the first time tonight. It is Kanyeva up front with Belyakova and Sosina, Shibanova and Skiba on the blue line. So just that starting unit for Russia. Shibanova with it. Sosina working the half boards on the left wing side. Now toward the corner. Worked around back to the near wing. Puck will skip up the boards to Shibanova and back to Sosina on the left wing. Now Shibanova, right side. Skiba's one-time blast. That was blocked by Bollier. Brickner working as well for the Whale in the corner. A 2-on-2 battle as we come up on 90 seconds to go in the first. Puck unable to be cleared out. Shibanova back to the left side. Return feed from Sosina. Shot deflected off the body of number 5 for the Connecticut Whale, Stephanie Mock. The former Yale standout. Played back out. Cross ice pass right wing side. Now straight away, Shibanova moving it over. Sosina. Kanyeva gives it back. Sosina. Shibanova, one-time blast save made, and Skiba was right there at the doorstep. Couldn't get to the follow. Skiba right there again. Belyakova scores from the slot, finds it inside the near post. As Russia scores on the power play, they lead 3-0.
Well, we talked about her 5 goals from last year, and Belyakova gets on the board, making it 3-0 Russia. Again, we saw a long rebound, and Russia able to corral the puck, and the Whale just weren't able to clear the zone and get that puck out of danger there.
All a long rebound, and so far a long first period for this Connecticut Whale team as we get another look.
Here we go. Belyakova, boom. Right over that left shoulder, I believe.
Good setup there by Skiba, who will get the primary assist on the goal as we are in the final minute of this first period. Along the near wing side, it's shot in by Bottolova. Rossman, her first pro period of hockey, has been a little bit rough. She's allowed 3 goals on 12 shots faced as the puck is shot out of play, and we get a stoppage here with 37 seconds remaining in this first period as the face-off looks like it's going to come back into the Connecticut zone, and we may see a delay of game penalty. Nope, they just need a new puck. And the face-off will stay in the Whale end. So Babstock will come back on the ice with Anderson.
I think they did get
up front.
Orlando for something.
That is a delay of game penalty. I thought it was initially. So second power play here for Russia to end this period. They're up 3-0. Orlando serving the penalty, delay of game, with a puck shot over the glass. Here's Pirogova back to the left wing side. A trying to get to it. Shokina with it in the corner. 13 seconds to play. Rachel Ade unable to move it along the boards. Straight away, Pirogova shot blocked nicely. As it is Goldsmith trying to get it out of the zone. 3 seconds to play in the period. And the first period will come to an end as the Connecticut Whale give up goals to Anna Shokina, along with Fenuza Katarova and Ludmila Belyakova, as it is Team Russia 3 and the Connecticut Whale nothing after one period of action.
And so, again, what we're going to want to see the Connecticut Whale do is work that rust off. Still just the first period of the first preseason game. But we also, as far as Rossman, she's going to have to really collect that puck. Russia's very dangerous when they're given second, third opportunities, as well as defensively. The Whale need to do a little better job being able to clear the puck and also body up on Russia so that they're not getting those clear shots, especially like that one that Belyakova had for the third goal.
Yeah, there was a lot of time and space for her on that third goal. The first two goals were big rebounds dumped in, so a couple of things for the Whale to work on in between periods as the Whale have exited the ice along the near wing side. Team Russia is doing likewise along the far wing boards. You're watching the NWHL Summit Series here on Twitter. Twitter Go Live, the first of 19 broadcasts this season that we will have live for you. We'll have several here, many of them originating from the Barnabas Health Hockey House in Newark, New Jersey, as well as downstairs. We're waiting for Ashley Audette to get ready to talk with one of the members of the Connecticut Whale, just waiting for the green light there to send it along downstairs as Ashley is waiting with a member of the Whale. Let's go downstairs.
Coach, when we talked earlier, you had talked about this is a game of progress. You're only 3 practices in. This is brand new for them. You guys are now at that point where you're down 3 goals. What are you going to talk to your players about as they head into the second period?
Yeah, it's just a matter of us executing on our systems. You know, when you look at the goals that are scored against us, it's not a disparity in talent level, it's a disparity in the level of execution. And so it's just something we knew going into the game was going to be a challenge for us, and it's going to come with time. But with that being said, it's something that, you know, we need to improve on about as quickly as possible.
Absolutely. What specifically do you think you want your team to do in the second period, really? Like, are you talking to your defense and saying, hey, guys, we really need to bring that defensive edge right now?
Yeah, we have to take away time and space. We're just far too passive right now, and I think that exists for a variety of reasons. But we have to take away time and space. The more time we give quality players, the more time to make quality plays. So we just got to minimize that.
Absolutely. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. That was Ashley Audette with Ryan Aquali. First game as head coach for the Connecticut Whale, and sees his team, Erica, down by 3 goals after one period.
Well, I think what Coach said is absolutely right. We're seeing better execution from Russia, which we expected, knowing how much time that they've had together. But he also talked about, you know, really having to bunker down and set in the Whale systems. This is also a time to practice what they're going to be doing for the season. So they're going to have to get comfortable and trust in those systems and work them out in real time. But you're not going to be able to do that if you're not following them.
A lot of work ahead for the Whale, but they have a pretty good presence from some of their fans here in the first of 2 exhibition games against Team Russia, as they lead the Connecticut Whale in this Summit Series game 3-0 after one period of play. Erica and I will be back in a little bit with the second period. From Terry Connors Rink in Stamford, you're watching the NWHL on Twitter.
Hey guys, I'm here with the Mid-Fairfield Stars, 12 and under girls. How's it going, guys? Woo! Let's show everybody how excited we are for our Connecticut Whale. Who are you most? Oh yeah! Who are you guys most excited to play? Like watch right now. Who's the player that you're loving? All right, and why is she your favorite player? That's awesome. So your coach is here and you're cheering her on and she's playing. Oh my gosh. So what do you guys think the Whale needs to do for this second period? You guys are players. Tell me what they need to do. Okay, I like it. Ladies, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Let's get these guys a big cheer and get them really pumped up. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Awesome. Thanks, ladies. You guys are awesome. Woo! Hey guys, I am here with some of the awesome Shoreline Stamford Sharks. What's going on, guys? All right, so You're a female hockey player. Why do you love watching the Connecticut Whale?
Because they inspire me to play as hard as I can, and it's really fun watching hockey because it's very exciting.
Absolutely. It is the most exciting sport, and I think you guys play at this rink, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty special.
Home team.
That's really a special moment. So what's it like sharing the ice, right, like at this rink with the Connecticut Whale?
Well, that's really cool because I don't remember like ever them playing here before, but now that they're playing here, it's like really cool. We're on the ice of the NWHL.
It's a huge deal, and now maybe they'll leave you a little bit of magic behind so you can pick up some of their skills, right?
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. Now, you also play for this organization. What do you love watching about female hockey?
I like it because three of the players were my instructors for hockey.
That's pretty cool. So what did you learn from them that's helping you play hockey?
Keep your head up, shoot the puck, hustle, and that's it.
I mean, those are really good hockey skills, right? You gotta have them to play the game. Good job. Hi. Why are you so excited to be here for today's game?
I'm excited to be here because it's an all-girls team and it's inspiring more girls to play hockey.
What do you think is the most important part about women's hockey? Is it their speed? Is it their stamina? What is it?
I think it's their speed because that's how they get most of their goals.
Absolutely. Good job. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out.
And another thing is, I like how they have teamwork.
Me too. Teamwork's so important in hockey.
So that Coach Sam, she's one of the players. She was my coach, and she really taught me how to play better.
Obviously, that's why she's here, right?
Yeah.
Good job, guys. You did awesome. You heard it here. These guys are great. We can't wait to see the women play. We'll see you soon.
Hi, and welcome back to Terry Connors Rink in Stanford, live on Twitter. It is the NWHL Summit Series between the Connecticut Whale and Team Russia. Team Russia with a 3-0 lead after one period of play. And alongside Erica Ayala and Ashley Audette downstairs, Phil Jubileo on hand as it was all Team Russia in the first period. They got the scoring started 9 minutes, 51 seconds in. Anna Shokina with a goal, her first in this Summit Series. Strieva and Dergacheva with the assist on the goal. Then at 15:42, it was Kadirova, Fenuza Kadirova with her first of the Summit Series from Jupina and Shibanova. Shibanova also helped on that power play goal by Russia at 19:01. Belyakova from Skiba and Shibanova. Shots unofficially 12-3 in favor of the Russians after one period of play. And we have 1 minute and 20 seconds of power play time for Team Russia as we begin the second. And the Whale with it back in their own zone, trying to clear it. Held in at the left point by Pirogova. Dergachiova pass in front, and a nice job by Rossman to get in front of that goal line and hang on.
And so it is Rossman again in for the Whale. We see again having a little bit trouble on that first puck, but she was able to make the stop and save a goal.
There is 1 minute 4 seconds remaining in the delay of game penalty on Elena Orlando. Dergachiova is up front for the Russians along with Strieva, Shokina, Pirogova, and the other point is Maria Badalova. For Russia on their second power play, they are 1 for 1. Puck shot along the boards. Pirogova can't hold in. Poked nicely out of the zone by Emily Fluke, but she couldn't catch up to the puck. As Badalova nicely able to get back to it. Fanned on the clearing attempt, and Pirogova had to go back for it. Long outlet. Aid steals it. The former Vermont captain gets cut off by Pirogova. She'll bring it in. Cross ice pass hopping over the stick of Strieva. And now it is Shannon Doyle wrapping it off the glass and through as the Russians will start back in their own zone as we're a minute through this second period. Shibanova for Belyakova, who has that third Russian goal. Taken away by Emily Fluke, and she'll chip it back in. So far, Erica, on this penalty kill, the Whale look a bit more composed.
Yes, and coming into a fresh period, that's what you want. And now they just need to build on that and get some offense going.
They kill off the Russian power play. Team Russia now 1 for 2 on the advantage. As the puck was deflected with a high stick, last touch by the Whale. They started it. Face-off as a result stays in their end.
So again, just building off of that, we want to see the Whale continue to be strong on defense, and now they're going to have to make those connecting passes and get the offense started. Let's get a goal. Let's get a goal here.
Kanyeva losing the face-off is the Whale able to get it out through center ice. Stumped up the far wing boards by Anderson, but we'll get an icing called on the Whale, who are in those white jerseys. A bit of a shipping issue did not result in the Whale sweaters showing up on time. They were supposed to be here in time for today's game. We are told they will be in time for Tuesday's game. So you got to hang out for a couple more days to see what the new Whale unis are going to look like. For now, you've got white jerseys with either red or blue numbers. Fortunately, they pretty much match the entire Whale roster as it stands. So we know who's who. That's Sam Faber, one of the couple of players not wearing her normal number. She's in number 2. Shibanova for Russia sends it out. Skiba trying to track it down. Orlando was backpedaling, has to turn around and move to the boards. Kanyeva forcing it down the wall, but she lost the handle on the puck. And now knocked down at center ice as Skiba retrieves it. And it's moved back into the Russian zone. They'll advance to the left wing side. Mitrofanova, too far for her. Orlando paired with Rusler right now. Up front, we have Goldsmith along with Emily Fluke and Sam Faber, as Kelly Babstock now will come on. And Russia will start it back in their own zone. Kadirova, one of the Russian goal scorers, has her clear out tied up briefly by Brickner. And it's regained along the far side by Nikolaeva in front of the Russian bench. And it's shot in. Bollier, long pass ahead, 2-on-1. Here comes Babstock. Babstock moving it down low, pass in front, and fanned upon by Emily Fluke, who is right there at the doorstep. Some good movement by the goaltender, Sorokina, whose name we have not mentioned very much. He's not been tested. As Russia comes back the other way, Skiba hit along the boards and then smothered down by Brickner. As Skiba tries to pop back up, has Dergachieva with her. And it's Skiba, the defense, working it deep. Back to Grigachova. And looking for Shibanova at the point. She can't hold it in.
And so what we saw on that last offensive threat from the Whale is Kelly Babstock, how dangerous she can be. Getting a lot of attention from the Russians, but then she was able to lay it off for her teammates. Just didn't connect on that, but want to see more of that from the Connecticut Whale team.
Back along the near wing side. Russia with it all in their zone. Puck hits off his skate. And it's a tie-up at center ice, hit there by Doyle. Dislodged the puck from Skiba, and Doyle will come back for it.
And these teams are getting testy.
Doyle the long outlet. Off the stick of Cassie Dunn. And a triple on the far wing boards. Knocked down was Stephanie Mock, no penalty called. And Rachel Aid now will swing it in from the Russian blue line. Badalova will play it. Both teams are completing a line change. Badalova tied up by Barabo. Now it's Kanyeva inside the Connecticut Whale end. The Belyakova. Nice move around Aid. Back to the right side. Sosina looking for Kanyeva in front, and she couldn't get a shot in on goal. Russia's Sosina with it behind the net. Had the hat trick on Friday in the 3-2 victory over the Metropolitan Riveters. As Belyakova had it poked away. And the Whale will play it out to center ice. Barabo cut off in front by number 12 for Russia, Katerina Labova. And Sosina with the long feet ahead. Good pass, and the shot from the right point in on goal. A save made by Rossman as it was put on net by Jupina.
And sorry to interrupt you earlier there, but you're starting to see these two teams really go at each other. There's been some extracurriculars across our way, closer to the Russian bench, and some of that has taken its way to center ice. So we're just going to have to see how this game is regulated moving forward.
You know, it was like that last year up in North Brantford between those two teams. You wonder how many of them were holding a grudge for a year, and I don't think it's that. It would be interesting if that were the case. I think it's just two physical teams that like to get into it. Is now the Whale bringing it over the line. Here's Faber down the right wing side, looking pass in front, and the puck nearly squirted through the 5-hole of the goaltender, Sorokina, as it hit off the back of a Russian defensewoman's leg, and the face-off will stay inside the Team Russia zone.
Starting to see Connecticut be able to pull some things together, just need that final finish. They're not quite there yet, but again, we wanted to see the team improve. First preseason game, we heard from Ashley, only 3 practices before. Let's see what they can do.
Off the draw, shot in high by Babstock, who won her own draw. She is up front, joined by Emily Fluke. And also on that line is Grace Kleinbach. There is Babstock. Oh, nice move, toe drag in across to the left wing side, and Kleinbach stands on his shot. The Newman University product. Played off her skate. Babstock tried to sling it in front. Bouncing puck, and Sorokin is there. Oh, we got some pushing and shoving going on by the side of the Russian net. There was the physical play, Erica, that you alluded to. I don't know. You're not supposed to drop the gloves. That doesn't mean you're not going to get real physical.
I mean, and this is, we're starting to see the personality of the Connecticut Whale of the years past come out. This is an aggressive team. They're a fast team. They can do things offensively. Other than the Pride, have been right up there with being able to score goals. Now let's see, again, if they can pull it together with the new faces.
Oh, loose puck at center, skated down by Belyakova, slashing in, pass across. Sosina was there, and she couldn't get to it. Kanyeva in the corner, locked up by Bollier. Bollier just 5'1". She's not very tall. Sosina trying to center it, but she positioned herself well. Sosina back to Skiba right point. Top line on for Russia. Shibanova with a drive, skips wide by Rossman. And Kanyeva will play it back to the right point. Skiba there. Shibanova sent in, deflected on goal. Good save by Rossman as Belyakova got to it. No rebound that time as Sosina had a yawning net. And it's Russia again. Sosina to the backhand side of Jupina, cutting from the right wing. And the puck on the top of the goal. That'll stop play immediately with 13:08 to go in the second.
I think now that both teams have showed they're not afraid to mix it up, you're going to start seeing them settle into their games, both Team Russia and the Connecticut Whale. Sometimes you just got to get it out. It's a 3-0 lead, you know, and Connecticut wants Russia to know they're still here out on the ice.
And Nikolaeva from the center point, her drive deflects wide. Mitrofanova working it back along the left wing. Yukina in the corner. She's shoved down. Nikolaeva, number 76 for Russia. As Mitrofanova in the corner, played by Anya Battolino. And Nikolaeva unable to hold the zone. Raced down by Labova in front of her netminder, Sorokina. And from the left point, Rachel Aid nicely kept it in the zone, trying to advance. Or check that was Battolino. And now a 2-on-1 for Russia. Katarova has Mitrofanova, and we get a penalty behind the play. That may be too many skaters on the ice. Nope, a slashing penalty behind the play, and it's on Team Russia. That's a huge break, Erica, as the Russians had a 2-on-1.
Yep, so we've seen this a few times already. The Connecticut Whale have been pushing numbers forward, but they're just not able to get back. And that's something, again, defensively, I speak a lot about defense. That's how I see the game. But you got to make sure that if you're going to be on that attack, that you're able to recover. And we just haven't seen that yet from Connecticut. But here they are on the power play.
Well, Katerina Nikolaeva with the penalty, a slashing call on her at 7:31 of this second period. Second power play for the Connecticut Whale with 12:15 remaining in the period. Puck is frozen along the boards, squirted toward the corner. Doyle was pinching, couldn't keep the zone, and Orlando will track it down. So Doyle begins with Orlando. Goldsmith up front with Kelly Babstock, and the right point shot, high elbow save, rebound, put it on net, and Sorokina there. She hangs on as she paws it down on the ice. And we'll get a face-off inside Team Russia's zone. Sam Faber also on that top power play unit as we're 8 minutes into the second. 3-0 Russia, but a nice attack that time.
Look at that shot by Doyle, really giving the Russians trouble corralling that puck. Just not enough time for the Whale to slap that by and get the first goal.
Jamie Goldsmith, I think, has looked really impressive in this game. She had that near follow-through on the rebound after the Doyle shot. As Russia's shorthanded, will fly it out of the zone. Sosina working back on Bollier down the right wing side, coming around the net. Rachel Aid nicely meets her there. And Skiba waiting at the point, skips it back to the right side. Shibanova with a shot, and Rossman out of the crease will glove and hold on with 1:08 remaining in the period. 3-0 Russia on top in the second.
A little over a minute to go. Connecticut's going to want to recontrol this power play and get some offense going.
Well, Ryan Aquali will change the power play again. Goes back with that top unit of Babstock, Faber, and Goldsmith up front. And the puck dumped out of the zone. Babstock trying to get to it against Ganyeva. They tie up in the corner. Chipped up the wall. Yukina with it. Fans on a clear out. Mitrofanova there, met by Doyle in front of the Russian bench. Yukina back with it, gives it back to Ganyeva. 45 remaining in the penalty. And Russia will send that deep as Ganyeva gets cut off by Elena Orlando. And Orlando, who's in her third season in the NWHL, second with the Whale, got it ahead. As Goldsmith had it broken up. Doyle tries to help. Russia back with it. And it's Kanyeva, number 8 for the Russians, down the right wing boards. 20 seconds left in the Team Russia penalty, up 3-0 over the Whale. Connecticut has acquitted themselves quite nicely so far here in this second period as we're nearing the halfway mark. As Sosina moves it back to the right. Shibanova, shot save made, rebound, second effort as Ganyeva was there, and another stop by Sydney Rossman. Meanwhile, a tie-up in the neutral zone, penalty coming, and here is Aid coming in on net with a little backhand shot. Sorokina with the save, but the Whale are going to go back on the power play, and Rachel Aid, I don't think it's too many breakaway opportunities as she had a golden chance, just wasn't sure. I don't think she was sure what she wanted to do there, but another power play coming here for Connecticut.
Yep, maybe just thinking a little bit too much. We see the puck fly out, Aid coming, gets a hold of it, and there you go. Just too many dekes, couldn't get a hold. That last touch just, didn't work in her favor.
Skiba's going to get called for interference. Time of the penalty, 9:35 of the second period, so more power play time, and we'll see if the Whale can capitalize this go around. Russia wins the draw, and it's Strieva through center ice. Whistles one high that pinged off the glass, and now picked up and out to the neutral zone along the right wing. Skating in is Fluke. Down the boards, had Mock behind her. And also coming in was Bollier, and she pinched in a bit too much as Stroyova moves it back. Shokina with a shot, good block there by Brickner. Keeps that one from getting to Rossman. A minute 20 remaining in the Skiba penalty with Russia up 3-0. Shots are 20-8, those are unofficial numbers. As the Whale will bring it out from left to right in the white jerseys with the blue pants, red and white trim. Not looking like the Connecticut Whale today. That'll change on Tuesday. Some green pants out there. As Sam Faber trying to cut back to the forehand, overskated in the circle. The Russians lob it out. Mitrofanova will peel off, allowing Orlando to take it for the Whale. Off ice, Goldsmith was tied up. Faber able to back it away from Ganyeva. And Orlando will lead the rush here on the power play with 38 remaining in the advantage for Connecticut. And it's Faber with it on the right side. Back toward the point for Doyle. Chips it for Goldsmith. Moves to her left. Throws it off the boards in the corner. Olga Sosina there. Lobbed out to center. And regained by Orlando. Dumped down at her own blue line. Shibanova's there. 15 remaining in the Skiba penalty. And Ganyeva finds Sosina in across the Whale line. Sosina moving to her right. And now in the corner, fronted by Orlando with 8.5 to go in the second. Power play over. Both teams back to full strength. Whale 0 for 3 on the advantage. Pirogova from the left side. Shot blocked in front. Might have hit off her teammate. And the Whale with a long pass ahead of the center line. Waiting at center was Kelly Babstock. Couldn't get to that puck. And now the Whale will start back in their own zone as we come up on 8 minutes remaining to the second.
Connecticut seemed to struggle on that last power play opportunity. Whereas in the first opportunity, you saw some of the veterans on the ice at the same time. We'll see if that's something that Ryan Equal tries again.
We'll keep it here as an icing will bring the face-off back into the Connecticut Whale zone. To our left, we see Orlando skating on the back line again with Doyle. And up front, it is Baribeau along with Cassie Dunn up front, and rounding it out is Stephanie Mock. As the pass by Mitrofanova had no one in the slot, it comes right back to her. Katarova to the right point. Shot was blocked nicely by Baribeau. Looks to track it down in the neutral zone. Good angle there by Russia to retrieve the puck. That's Ganyeva. And Ganyeva forced in deep by Baribeau. Briefly with the puck there was Mock. Baribeau trying to battle for control. Some physical play behind the Russian net. Now the referee today, Brian Kelly, waiting alongside. Puck never was frozen. Russia regains control. And from the right point, Bollier can't keep it in. Now it's Mitrofanova. To the right side, Katarova to the slot, little give and go, and right at the doorstep, Mitrofanova couldn't handle the cross-ice pass. End-to-end action here in Stamford. Bollier down the right wing side, showing some speed, loose puck in the slot. Mitrofanova broke it up. It was intended for Cassie Dunn, who played ACHA hockey at Penn State. Now it's Kanyeva to the trailing Sosina. Looked to advance, it was blocked. Sosina back with it in the slot. Belyakova's shot sticked away by Rossman. Russia keeps the zone.
I was just going to add that combination of Sosina and Belyakova has looked really dangerous for Russia. Wales going to have to figure that out moving forward.
There's Sosina again. Fires one that pinged off metal. Dunn ties it up in the corner. Got it back, and it's cleared out by the Whale to center ice. 6:10 to play in this second period. Russia 3, the Whale nothing. All of the Russian goals coming in the first period. Cassie Dunn, long feet ahead. That will skip too far, and Batalova softly ahead now for Dergachiova. Dergachiova, right circle shot. Rossman got a piece with the stick. Back to the near wing side is Emily Fluke. Gets forced to the corner by Dergachieva. Along the right wing side, Rushing keeps it in. Down the corner, it's Sam Faber. Working deep, check that. Bollier working deep in her own zone. Right wing side, shot, score through traffic. It was Pirogova at the top of the right wing circle. It got past Rossman, and it's now 4-0 Russia.
Yep, and it looks like we're going to see that goalie change coming in now for the Connecticut Whale.
Yep, coming into the game is going to be Laura Brennan came out on the ice, and we're going to have the media timeout now as we take a look at the Russian goal.
Yeah, and just lots of traffic in front of the goal. Not sure that Rossman really got a good look at that puck. She gets beat, and Russia's up 4-0. All right, we're going to see that breakaway now for Connecticut coming up on that replay. All right, along the boards, here we go again. And we're back to the game. Again, just not getting that final touch on those opportunities for Connecticut has kind of been the story of the game so far, as Kelly Babstock comes off the face-off shot.
Shot from the left wing circle, that was blocked. So the new goaltender is Laura Brennan. Brennan in her second season with the Connecticut Whale. Number 33 did not appear in any game action a season ago, but she played her final season of college hockey at Quinnipiac, and that was a while ago. As Jupina brings it back, pass across, Mitrofanova, the back door, some pretty passing. Falling down to the ice was Katarova, looking for her second as the Whales struggle to get it out to center ice. We'll get you some numbers on Rossman when we have an opportunity. She came out at the 14:25 mark of this second period, and we get an offside, a whistle, and a stoppage in play with 4:48 remaining in the period.
I want to go back to what we heard Ashley and Ryan talk about in that first break. We need to see better execution from the Connecticut Whale right now. Down 4 goals. It's not ideal by any stretch, but it's still preseason. You got to work the systems, and I just don't know that the team has figured that out quite yet, at least not consistently from what we've seen, Phil.
Well, we'll see if the change in net is a change in attitude for this Connecticut Whale team, as Laura Brennan gets her first game action in a Whale uniform. She didn't even play in the preseason games a season ago. Her birthday's coming up right before Halloween. She played her college hockey at Minnesota State, Mankato, and then her final season at Quinnipiac. Lifetime numbers, 10-39-7 in the college ranks, a 3.48 goals against average, 886 save percentage. Most of her action was as a senior for Quinnipiac, transferring over, and that was really before Erica Quinnipiac, the Bobcats, became the Bobcats that we know today. You know, a team always knocking on the door 2 years ago in the NCAA tournament, turning into, they're not a national powerhouse yet on the women's side, but they're getting there.
Yes, and we are able to see some of the reasons why, particularly on this Connecticut Whale team historically in this third season. A lot of the Quinnipiac players have come to Connecticut. You also, of course, had Morgan Fritz-Ward, for example, that played for the New York Riveters. Elena Orlando played in New York in that first season and is now here. And then, of course, there's Kelly Babstock. But, you know, coming into a game not having played in a while, it's really going to be an opportunity for Brennan, again, just to stick to her fundamentals, stick to her game and what she can do to contribute to what the Whales' game plan is.
Well, plays resumed here at Terry Connors Rink. It's a nice place to watch a game. It is the biggest arena in terms of, and we're keeping, obviously, the Prudential Center, which will host the Metropolitan Riveters against Boston in a couple of weeks, but in terms of regular buildings, this is the largest one, seats about 2,000 fans as the pass in front is dumped in. A beautiful setup by Shibanova, finding a wide open Kanyeva at the doorstep, shoots into the open goal, and it's now 5-0.
Yeah, and let's take a look at this again. Right off the bat, not what you want to see after making that goalie change. It's kind of tough, you know, for Brennan. And we see that puck get dumped to the side and just boom, nobody covering on that back post. Again, I see things defensively. You have to body up, and you put your goalie in a tough position when she, unbeknownst to her, has someone lurking on that back side.
15:41, time of the goal is Laura Brennan on her second shot face, gives up a goal. That is Konyeva's first today. Belyakova had that nice setup, just took the dump off the corner and sent it right out in front, and Konyeva, anyone would have scored that goal. That's how well in position Konyeva was for that pass.
Absolutely, she was right there. Excellent pass by Belyakova. But even before that, I talked about bodying up. The fact that Belyakova, with no contest, was able to get that bounce. Those are things that Connecticut's going to want to work on.
Dergacheva, nice move through center. Faber knocks her down to the ice. Cleared out to center ice, and now here come the Whale. Well, 2-on-3, Russia, great job getting back. Goldsmith walks in front with a shot, and Sorokina made the save. She had Sydney Rusler, but I don't know if she saw her trailing along the right wing side, and now the puck squirts free, loose by the side of the net, and it's cleared out as Shokina, with one goal already, will come in along the right wing side. Tried to move to the slot, now lost it. Dergacheva had a chance in the slot, tried to pass it up, and now it's fed to the corner.
And you talked about if she saw her teammates streaking. Those are things that as the team continues to play together, they'll know each other's habits, and they'll be able to intuitively know who's on the ice and what they're looking to do in front of net.
Well, Sydney Rusler got tied up along the far wing boards with Alevtina Strieva, and it's Strieva getting called for the penalty. And a break here for the Connecticut Whale. That one looked like it had gonna gone either way, but it goes on Strieva, and we'll see a replay of the penalty.
Okay, here we are. Both players, oh, I think you're right, maybe could have gone either way. It looks like the initial contact, Russia got in there, and then Sydney just came with the follow through.
Well, a shot in on goal right off the draw. Face-off will stay inside the Russian zone. So Strieva in the box. 1:57 remaining in her penalty. Whale on their fourth advantage, 0-for-3 on the power play. Goldsmith, center point to the right side. One-timer Brickner, blocked back to her. Now Goldsmith from the slot shoots one, and it was blocked. Without her stick, it's Mitrofanova. Babstock battle to get it back, and Russia will lob that one high in the air. Good clear out by Ganyeva. And Brickner will chase it down. By the way, these two teams will battle again on Tuesday night at 7:30. Erica and I once again with the call. Not on Twitter for Tuesday. It'll be on Cross Ice Pass through NWHL.zone and YouTube. Today you're watching live on Twitter as the puck is lobbed all the way out back into the Whale end. Chipped out in front. That was a sneaky little play there by Sosina. Actually starts the Whale back the other way with an odd skater rush. And in the corner, it was Fluke as the puck is shot over the glass along the near wing side and out of play with 2:17 remaining in the period. And Shannon Doyle is trying to argue that that should be a delay of game penalty, and she might have a point. Let's see. They want a new puck, and there will be another skater. Let's see, the penalty box door is open. And is it Sosina going in?
Yes, it is.
Two-skater advantage, Erica, coming up. First time we've seen that.
Now this is going to be crucial for the Connecticut Whale. They're really going to have to bunker down, get something drawn up, and really try to execute. Now's not the time for any players to get fancy. You want to be able to build your team, lay that foundation, and you've got the advantage. Now's the time to do it and really see the ice in front of you.
It'll be the first time today that we'll see the 5-on-3 unit come out. And sometimes you see some interesting personnel decisions because you have all that open ice, and you wonder, do you put, a Rachel Lade out in front of the net? Do you put Sofia Gastinelli? Because they're the two bigger players on this team, and you don't have a lot of size on this team. You want to get in front of that goaltender when you have a two-skater advantage.
Yeah, and so we'll see. We'll see what Ryan's going to draw up. I agree with you, having size in front of the net, especially because Russia's got a pretty good size. That's going to be important, but also you want if you're going for getting on the board, which I think is going to be important for a lot of reasons, you want to have players that are going to be able to connect well with each other. And if that brings size, we'll see.
Right now, a timeout here is Coach Ryan Aquali trying to figure out what he's going to do here for this two-skater advantage, first 5-on-3 in this game. By the way, Erica, when we do have a moment, we did get a question on Twitter as one of the fans wanted to know a bit more about how the deal between the New Jersey Devils and the Metropolitan Riveters, how that affects the league as a whole, and I think in a way it does. So I do want to discuss that when we have a little bit of time. Right now, though, Whale on the 5-on-3 as they win the draw. Here's Goldsmith to the slot. Shot got blocked by Pirogova. Now it's Doyle with Orlando to her right. Point to point. Now to the half boards for Goldsmith. Back up top, Orlando. Doyle with the left side, lets it go, she scores! Shannon Doyle from the top of the left wing circle, puts the Whale on the board, a skater advantage goal, and it's 5-1.
And it's Shannon Doyle coming back to the Connecticut Whale that gets the team on the board. We talked about it, Phil. You want to get a goal. That's important. Look at this. Orlando sets up Doyle, and she just rockets a shot. That's what you want to see. Again, we see that unit, that top unit, lots of players returning to the league and to the Connecticut Whale on that system. So maybe that's a good pairing that Ryan's going to make note for the next few games.
Doyle did not score a goal last season. She had 7 helpers, no goals that time. Lights the lamp and spoils the shutout bid for Maria Sorokina as the Whales score in their 12th shot. They still have 1:40 left on the power play. And it's Doyle ahead for Babstock. To the left side, Faber trying to put it in. Shibanova briefly with it for Russia. And now it's Goldsmith from the blue line. Swung it across ice, and Skiba there with a clear as Brennan out of the crease will play it back for Orlando.
So hopefully that goal will invigorate the team and get them to just follow through and execute.
We see an icing here as the breakout pass was too far for Babstock to catch up to as we get another look at the goal.
See that goal again, Orlando cutting through, and boom, there goes Doyle.
That's a good shot.
Oh, yeah, just beats her, flat out.
Inside that near post on the stick side, a good angle. That was tough for Sorokina to play.
Yep.
As we will see Aliona Starotroyova. Haven't seen her much in this game on the draw. Puck is deep. Actually, that is Jupina. I thought that was 44. It's 94. Doyle through the neutral zone. Dumped in. Played by Ganyeva. Russia sends it through. And Bollier will play it back in her own end as we come up on a minute left in the period. 5-1 Russia on top. There's Bollier, left wing side. The shot went through the crease and the far goalpost knocked off its mooring. And that'll stop play with 42 remaining in the penalty on Sosina. She was sent off for a delay of game. That led to the 5-on-3 into the Doyle goal.
Bollier really saw something, used a little bit of her speed to get things going. I was curious to see if she was going to pass it off a little earlier, but didn't. But I think it was a good look, a very good look on goal, and that's what you want to see. More players contributing, getting more shots on goal. Connecticut's got to get more shots on goal.
Well, just 12 so far. They've not tested Maria Sorokina very much. Rachel Aid will cut across the line. Badalova for Russia, tied up by Aid. Here's Aid, pass in the slot, and it was just out of the reach of number 5 for the Whales, Stephanie Ma, as it's sent down with 30 left in the period. Probably enough time for one last rush. Led by Jordan Brickner.
Nice move there by Brickner.
Brickner skating down the far wing boards. Put off the side of the goal. Winged around as it's back to 5-on-5 hockey. There's Bollier to the corner. Look out in front. Aid is there. Sorokina got to the puck first. And a whistle stoppage with 10.5 to go in the second period. That was some nice play there by Amanda Bollier, working down low from the blue line.
Absolutely. I think she's making her mark on this game so far. We've got some rowdy fans in the crowd. That's always fun. Always a good crowd here for Connecticut Whale, or for Connecticut Whale games. First time here.
Loose puck in front, backhand try. Babstock was there. It squirted wide from the corner as the Whale continue to hack away in front. 1 second to play in the period. It stays out. but a last-second gasp by the Connecticut Whale trying to make it a crooked number on the board. They got the goal earlier from Shannon Doyle, but the second 40 minutes now in the books. Some life, though, Erica, from this Connecticut Whale team in the last couple of minutes of the period.
Yes, we're starting to see them, again, make those strong pushes towards goal. Still just missing those connecting passes, missing that clinical finish. That will come. But we've seen them get a little fired up, not only from the physicality and aggression. Here we go, seeing that, and we'll see it in front of net here. Look at the physicality from both teams. We see Babstop mixing it up again. Now they're gonna need to control that, harness that, and get something offensively going.
A little bit more optimistic way to end the period. They get the goal by Shannon Doyle. Little more offensive activity at the end of the period. So 11 second period shots. They actually outshot Russia in the second unofficially, 11-10. Those power plays having a lot to do with that. So some positives through the second period, at least the second half of that period for the Connecticut Whale.
Yep, so again, I think we've seen improvements. Still not as much consistency as I'm sure the team would like to see, but we're seeing improvements, and that's what you want to see in preseason. So that's a good thing.
Well, 2 periods in the books. It's Team Russia 5, the Connecticut Whale is 1. So a 4-goal deficit in the Whale's first preseason game. Well, let's send it downstairs. Ashley Audette with a member of the Whale.
Shannon, great goal. Definitely helped your team right now as we avoid the shutout. What was going through your mind as soon as you scored it? You were driving up and you were like, oh my God.
Yeah, I feel like we were creating a lot of chances throughout the game and we just hadn't gotten that luck yet. Sometimes it doesn't go your way, and I feel like that was the one we needed just to break that little monkey on your back type of feeling that we had right now, because Babs has been doing a lot of great work up front and Jamie and everything, but they just haven't gotten one. So I feel like that's what we needed, to know that we can score on this goalie in this team, and hopefully we roll into the third with that.
What's the key to breaking through their tough defense?
I feel like just creating those 2-on-1 opportunities and not playing 1-on-1s a lot. We were very quick up front, so I think using that a little bit more today. We've been a little bit hesitant to use our speed a bit, so I think just using that more will help us a lot.
All right, we're heading into the third period. What do you guys need to do to try and make this a comeback win?
I think getting the pucks in deep is definitely going to be a big key, winning the neutral zone, and then just going from there.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Shannon.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ashley. That was Ashley Audette with Shannon Doyle, Connecticut Whale defense. She picked up the goal in the second period at 18:02 on the power play, putting the Whale on the board as they trail 5-1 after 40 minutes of play. And before we send it to break, Erica, I know I got a Twitter question during the game, and one of the fans wanted to know about the NWHL's deal between the Metropolitan Riveters and the New Jersey Devils. In the NWHL, it's a centralized, centrally owned league. So while the deal is with one team specifically and the Devils, you got to imagine it's going to have repercussions that help everybody throughout the league.
Absolutely. So the Metropolitan Riveters now the Devils enter into a 3-year deal with that team that will include things like promotion, not only for the Metropolitan Riveters team, they're also going to be working to do youth clinics in the area. That's why they have the Metropolitan. We also know it as the tri-state area. We're going to see hockey teams be able to partner with both New Jersey Devils and the Metropolitan Riveters in that partnership, really uplifting the Declaration of Principles that was signed earlier. But another key thing is to remember that the New Jersey Devils have been, in some part, a part of the NWHL since that first season, you knowing more than anyone, being there for the Isabel Cup finals at the Barnabas Health Hockey House, which is, of course, is the practice facility for the New Jersey Devils.
Yeah, and they're going to continue to practice there, obviously play games. I think what's really the most exciting for now, I think from a fan point of view, is, in a couple of weeks, that home opener, they get to play against the Boston Pride at the Prudential Center. It's a hockey doubleheader. A long day because it's a 1:30 afternoon game and a 7 o'clock Devils game, but just a fun whole atmosphere. If you're already going to the Ribs game, you have tickets for the Devils game, vice versa. A chance to see the NWHL and the NHL all in one day. In a pretty vibrant area. There's a lot to do around the arena, and I think just fun for the women to get out there on the big ice, as they say, in front of just a lot of potential fans that can come out and watch.
And the New Jersey Devils have a great fan base, and now the New York Riveters fan base, or excuse me, the Metropolitan Riveters fan base can tap into the New Jersey Devils fan base and vice versa. This is important because hockey is hockey, right? We want to see girls and women's hockey be able to thrive and succeed, and having an NHL team akin to what the NBA does for the WNBA and the like, that is something that we want to see here in the United States for women's hockey. We see it already in North America through the CWHL, and now the NWHL has an opportunity to continue that trend of NHL teams stepping up for females wanting to continue professionally in hockey.
And it's a blueprint, right? It's a blueprint for what other teams can do with Boston, with Buffalo, even to an extent the Connecticut Whale. There's no NHL team. The Hartford Whalers long gone, but what you do have is an AHL team right up the road. It's a New York Islanders affiliate. Maybe there's something there. I'm not one to really speak. I have no clue, but there are opportunities in all those cities, and then where the NWHL might also end up. Expansion's been talked about as a possibility, and then you wonder, you see this, NHL cities seem to make good partnership,
yes.
Potential opportunities. The All-Star game last year in Pittsburgh.
Perfect
the Whale
example.
have a home game coming up in January also in the Pittsburgh area, so you can start to see things come together.
Absolutely, and hockey fans, they just want to see good hockey, and we continue to see a good product here in the NWHL, including what we saw in the Isabel Cup final. Boston Pride getting to the final again, but then the Buffalo team also getting there again and being able to really show that third place team coming in was able to get the upset.
Yep.
And that's what you want as a sports fan, as a hockey fan. And now with a partnership that we see not only with the NHL through the New Jersey Devils, but of course with Twitter like we have today, you're just getting more eyes on the product and more opportunities to continue to grow the opportunities for the players that are on the ice, so that this can be a sustainable league from all fronts.
Let's send it downstairs. Ashley Audette has one of the Whale loyal fans, and she'll chat with him now.
I am here with a Connecticut Whale super fan. How does it feel to be back at this rink? Last year the Whale left, went to Northford. Now they're back in Stamford. How's it feel to be back?
Oh, it's great because it's a 15-minute drive here rather than an hour or more to Northford or North Branford.
Now I see you have this lovely vintage sweater on right now. Have you been a fan for many years?
Yeah, I got this back when the Hartford Whalers were in Hartford. I bought the sweater at the Civic Center. Well, now the XL Center, but
yeah.
It was the Civic Center when they played there.
Absolutely. What makes you so excited to come to these games? Specifically this nice preseason game we have going on for the Connecticut Whale and the Russian national team.
Oh, it's you get to see the best players in Russia. It's like they're almost like their Olympic team. It's a really high quality hockey. And the Whale, of course, is the best of the professional leagues.
Absolutely. Now, what do you think the Whale needs to do to make a comeback win? We just scored a goal. It was a beautiful goal by Shannon Doyle. What do they need to do to get this comeback win?
Get more of the action into the Russian end. Like most of the play has been in the Whalers' defensive end, and you got to get more offense and get down to the other end of the ice and score some goals in the last period.
Absolutely. Well, you heard it here from a Whale super fan. Let's get him back to the game.
Thank you, Ashley. We're going to step aside for a little bit and come back with the third period. We are through 2 periods of play here at Terry Connors Ice Rink in Stamford, Connecticut. The NWHL Summit Series as Team Russia leads the Connecticut Whale 5-1 after 40 minutes of play. Alongside Erica Ayala, I'm Phil Giubileo, and we'll be back after this with the third period. You're watching the NWHL on Twitter. Well, welcome back to Terry Connors Ice Rink in Stamford, Connecticut. Phil Jubileo, Erica Ayala, Ashley Audette with you as we get set for the third period of play. Now Team Russia, led by their head coach, a pretty good lead for the Russians. That is Alexei Chishchikov bringing his team. He's also part of the Olympic staff, and most of this Olympic team here for the Russians, some of the younger players, but many of the veterans, Erica, for this team, and it shows after 40 minutes up by 4.
Yes, and as you mentioned, this is a team that they're trying to put pieces together, getting ready for the Olympics. The coach talked about how important it is for the Russian team, especially those younger players you mentioned, Phil, to be able to play against North American talent. So they are very excited to have, as you mentioned earlier, the 6-game stretch in the NWHL Summit Series that we have here. Their second game being today against the Connecticut Whale, that first one against the Metropolitan Riveters on Friday.
Yeah, Team Russia was 5th in the World Championships last year. They won the bronze in 2016 and also in 2013. And in the last 4 Olympics, they were either 5th or 6th place. So this is good experience for them against even North American players that are not part of Team USA, which is what you're seeing this season in the NWHL. Is Goldsmith works it in behind as the Whale skating from right to left here in this third period. In the corner, it's Sam Faber looking out in front and by the side of the net. A chance there for Casey Anderson. Couldn't get it on goal as Goldsmith swings and misses. Retrieves the puck back at center ice, and Goldsmith will backpedal into her own zone as we are in the opening minute of this third period with Team Russia up by a score of 5-1. Now it's Amanda Bollier. Try to shovel it ahead. Shibanova broken up. Here's Babstock in. Babstock to the slot. Rifles a shot. And that one went wide of the far post. That's a hard shot. One of the harder ones, Erica, I think we're going to see in the league after some departures. Megan Bozic with Team USA. Blake Bolden playing overseas. Babstock's a skater who has one of those hard shots still playing in this league.
Definitely someone to look out for anytime she's got the puck.
Oh, there's a shot by Kleinbach that was booted away by Sorokina. There was a rebound opportunity in front for Babstock, but the puck never veered in her direction as Russia will play it back. Some good pressure here on the forecheck by the Whale to start this third period. And now Rachel Aid, who was signed out of the NWHL free agent camp, former captain of Vermont, will drive it in, and Russia will skate it out towards center ice. Dergacheva shooting one, got it past Cassie Dunn, never got onto Laura Brennan in net. As Doyle is tied up in the corner, Sorokina cutting toward the net, broken up, and kept alive along the left wing side as it squirts back to Dergacheva. Dergacheva, soft pass to the left, didn't go anywhere. Whale able to take it out, and it's delivered in along the left wing side by Emily Fluke.
So far, Connecticut really being able to dominate possession. They need to keep up with that, though.
Likacheva, who hasn't skated much in this game, brings it in across the line. And now Cassie Dunn will gain control of it for Connecticut. Up the boards, Skiba, saucered across to Mitrofanova. Into the Whale zone to the slot, and a shot that was moved aside by Laura Brennan, put in on goal by Likacheva.
Yeah, Brennan didn't quite hold on to that, but no harm, no foul there.
Sydney Rusler to Dunn, too far for her. Dunn during the season will wear number 13. She's in 22 today. The only other skater not in a normal number is Sam Faber. Of course, the jerseys did not make it to the East Coast in time for today's game. They will be in time for Tuesday. Here is Stephanie Mock falling down to the ice. Pop back up. And the Russians will take it away. Staratoyova moves it to the left side. Mitrofanova walks in, shot, blocker save made by Brennan with the right blocker and lobbed up ice as Goldsmith will chip it out to the neutral zone. Here we see in this third period some skaters, Erica, that didn't play in the first 40 minutes of play. When you look at number 43, Ekaterina Likacheva and Aliona Staratoyova, they haven't played in this game, and they're completely fresh skaters out there.
Well, this is still an opportunity for Russia to feel some things out, but I think you're seeing that play out a little bit, and Connecticut has been able to take advantage of maybe some unsure passes on Russia's side.
Dergacheva looking for Shokina in front. It was broken up. And now here comes Sam Faber with the puck. Great speed from Faber, the former New Hampshire standout, Long Island native, as she comes in across the line. And Shokina will take it away as we're a little over 4 minutes into the third. Good speed and end-to-end action here from both teams as Doyle looks to get it out of the Russian, their zone. Can't. Second effort. It is cleared. Babstock there. Babstock has Doyle with her. And it's Doyle waiting from the blue line. Flings his shot in high. That was heavy. Babstock tried to center it out in front for Emily Fluke by the side of the goal, and she was tied up as Russia will skate it out. And they have a 3-on-1 right now. Doyle, the only Wales skater back. And Malyavko was offside along the right wing. Lydia Malyavko did not play in the first two periods. Play, and let's get a look here at Laura Brennan between the pipes.
So we see Team Russia here coming down, ready for that shot, number 7 there. Brennan, boom, with the blocker.
Mitrofanova had a great look. Played for Agadel Ufa in the Russian Club League. And now here's Rusler onside. Try to chip it across, and a good sliding block there by Liana Ganyeva. The Whale retrieved the puck back at center ice. So no Sosina, no Belyakova so far in this third period, and up by 4. Maybe we won't see them as the puck is pawed down by Maria Sorokina for a face-off inside Team Russia's zone.
And I believe we were talking a little earlier about Sosina really wanting to make sure that the young players are being challenged, are being pushed. So maybe we're seeing a little of that coming from the coaches as well. Give them an opportunity, see what they get done.
Stara Voitova, just 17 years old, as Brickner from the wing has her shot knocked down in front by Skiba. And Bollier out in the neutral zone, got knocked into the boards. Here comes Russia. Yupina to Stara Voitova to the left wing side. Belyakova out there, cross ice pass to Stara Voitova, and it was broken up as Yupina gets it back to Shibanova. Now over to Jupina in the corner, cut off briefly. Stara Voitova back to the point for Shibanova. Now it's Stara Voitova. Try to move it around, and the pass never got there. Barabo able to shoot it in from the center line, and Sorokina sticks it down. Cassie Dunn tried to pressure. Russia lobs it across the length of the ice. Doyle hustling after. Icing is called on the Russians, and that'll bring it back to our left with 5:55 gone to this third period. A 4-goal Russian lead, and then Strieva cutting in front, yet Shannon Doyle seemed to be making a beeline for Dergacheva. I don't know, she had some words there, and now Shokina giving Shannon Doyle a shove, the lone goal scorer today for the Whale.
Yeah, as Doyle hustled that puck out, the Russians took exception. She raised her stick and perhaps maybe got a little too close for comfort, and then we saw some extracurriculars happening over here to our right-hand side.
And these two teams play again on Tuesday night here at 7:30. Tickets are available at nwhl.zone. You might want to come out for it and see the Whale in person as Sam Faber coming down the left wing side has it along the half boards. Nice move, walking to the slot. Tried to toe drag it around Shibanova, who was able to dislodge that from the veteran skater Sam Faber. And now Shibanova with it in behind the net to Skiba. Puck cleared out to center ice. Rachel Aid over to Goldsmith, and now from the wing shoots it on goal, and Sorokina able to glove and hold on with 13:28 to play. And that's one thing with these two teams playing again on Tuesday night. You know, there's not enough time for those hostilities to fade. They're going to be annoyed once they board the ice here in a couple of nights.
Not a lot of cooling off time, so it'll be about keeping your composure. There's nothing wrong with being aggressive, really, you know, throwing your body weight around. You need that. It's a sport after all, but you have to be able to stay mentally within your game plan.
There's Kelly Babstock, cuts to the forehand. Shot was deflected off the stick of Malyavko. Rusler was waiting for the pass at the point. Mitrofanova takes it away. And now Lydia Malyavko from the left wing side. Her shot blocked by Battolino's stick, and it goes into the netting. This is the third time that these two teams are playing each other. Last season they split a pair up in North Branford, with the Whale winning on September 27. 3-2 was the final score. Belyakova had both of the Russian goals in that game. Babstock and Rusler scored a minute 42 seconds apart in the third period. That proved to be the difference in the game. And then a couple of nights later, it was Morozova 24-save effort as Russia defeated the Whale by a score of 3-2. Belyakova also had a goal in that game. Shibanova, low hard shot from the right wing, sticked away by Brennan. And we do have a penalty called on Kelly Babstock. This will be a power play opportunity for Russia, just their third. Slap shot, score, right wing side. Shibanova put it past the right leg pad of Brennan. Second power play goal for Team Russia. They lead 6-1.
Yep, and we see that when you're going to come up on this replay, it looks like perhaps Brennan just a little bit late to get her right leg over it. Bounced off her pad and into the net, unfortunately. Here we go. On the power play, there goes the shot. Yep, unfortunate there. Just a little bit late there for that save.
Shibanova already with a couple of assists in this game. So Babstock was in the box for that penalty. Russia now 2 for 3 on the power play today. Up once again by 5. They had a 5-0 lead before the Doyle goal. And Russia looking to make it 2 in a row here in the Summit Series after beating the Metropolitan Riveters behind an Olga Sosina hat trick, 3-2 on Friday night. Whale with it back in their own zone. Brickner got it out through center. Batalova gets there astride ahead of Stephanie Mock. As it's shoveled about to the center line, Orlando will get it back for the Whale. Lifted past Ganyeva. Batalova will get there first for Team Russia. Now to Shokina. Link wide pass to the left wing side. Here's Shkrieva. Flanked by Doyle of the Whale, and it's wound around clockwise to the near wing side. And now Gergacheva, pass in front. Shokina with a nice move to the right, and they score on the rebound. The first effort was stopped by Brennan, and Pirogova was there at the top of the crease, and it's now 7-1 Russia.
I thought Brennan did a really good job of getting over for that initial save. Unfortunately, we've talked about this before, just that rebound, the Whale unable to corral. Look at that, Brennan gets there to that far post, and then too many people in front. Russia sticks with the puck, and 7th goal. So what I would like to see from Connecticut now is you're gonna have those veteran or whomever the leaders are for this team, they're gonna have to step up, get the team focused. What do we want to accomplish before time runs out in this game today?
A collisional on the near wing side as Pirogova scores from Shokina and Dergacheva to make it a 6-goal lead. And now here's Sam Faber streaking down the left wing, walks in front, shot and a save made as Sorokina had that near post side pretty much wrapped up. And back the other way comes Jupina against Sydney Rusler. Rachel Lade able to help out. Starovoitova pass to the left wing side. Jupina knocked down by Rachel Lade. And a stoppage here with 11:02 to go in the third period. With Team Russia up 7-1. Coming up this week, there's a lot of hockey. We mentioned the Summit Series continues here on Tuesday night. That is a 7:30 game from this building, the Terry Connors Ice Rink. Also on Wednesday, it'll be Russia up in Boston at Warrior Ice Arena to face the Pride. That's a 7:30 game on Wednesday, and they'll do it again on Saturday as Russia will face Boston, and then next Sunday, Russia facing the Riveters to wrap up the Summit Series. Erica will have that game along with Matt Falkenberry a week from today. Shot from the wing, stick to the corner as both teams battle for the puck.
And just hearing that schedule, another thing for Team Russia is going to be how they manage minutes. Lots of young players, you're going to want to get that experience, and you might need them to get good minutes so that you have your players, your veteran players who you're hoping will get to the Olympics are rested.
Oh, there's a shot by Belyakova that hit off the pipe from the left wing side. Russia's still on the attack, up by 6 as they are not taking their foot off of the pedal, and partially why is Alexei Chishtikov is playing some skaters in this third period that didn't go in the first 2 periods of play, so they need to leave an impression. Skiba with it back for Russia in their own zone. Whale completing a line change. Nice movement by Belyakova, dangling through the legs. Puck is left in the slot. And now here come the Whale. Baribeau with it on the left side. Slap shot skips wide. Rebound, Doyle there off the side of the goal. Looks to get her own rebound. Turn and a wrap try off the back of the net. Puck is still live. And Strieva will move it around the goal to Pirogova. Pinching is Battolino. Nice play. Anya Battolino looking at the top of the crease. And the pass was a little too hot. As Strieva back the other way for Team Russia. Toe drags, walks in front, backhand shot, she scores! What a move going down the left side. Strieva makes it 8-1 for Team Russia.
And she muscled that puck, muscled it. Brennan had her there, thought she saw it, but here we go. Gets that past, I should say, excuse me, the defender, and boom.
3 unanswered goals in this third period to make it 8-1 for Team Russia. It's been tough so far for Laura Brennan since coming in with a little over 5 minutes of play in the second period for Sydney Rossman. And she has allowed 4 goals on about 9 shots unofficially. Yeah, well, not playing since we talked about earlier her senior year, and then playing against the Russian national team. You know, that's a tall order. Mitrofanova walks in with a shot, and that time Brennan is there, and she'll hold on for a stoppage in play with 8:53 left to go in this third period, with Russia on top of the Connecticut Whale by a score of 8-1. Get another look at this goal, just able to get past the defender, make a nice move, get Brennan sliding over, and I think was able to bounce that, it looked like, off her shoulder pad and into the goal. Yeah, that was pretty. A very pretty goal by Alevtina Strieva. Strieva, 5 foot, 847 pounds, and she is just 20 years old. Played for Tornado. Tornado is the team that currently holds the Russian Women's League Cup. So a lot of good players here as we get another look. Yep, and you know, you mentioned the Tornado. There are a lot of players that are playing in that Russian league, but I think the Tornado have the most players. So there's a consistency not only with the national team, but also with players that play, for lack of a better term, on their club teams, as you would say in soccer, together. I believe it's about 10 or 11 players coming from Tornado. So that's another thing that's going to, you know, put Russia in a position to be to have an edge. However, with that said, we know that the NWHL season is competitive. We know that these teams want to be able to put their best foot forward, so the Whale's going to have to figure it out. No, they certainly do, and it's going to be a lot of work for Ryan Aquali, who is coaching in the pro ranks for the first time. He played at UConn. He played a while ago at UConn when they were still Division III. Had some time in the ECHL. He's familiar with professional hockey, but it's different in the NWHL. Just with the way the league is structured, the four teams, you get to know each other really well. You know, the practice schedule isn't really what you would see in other pro leagues. The women have day jobs, they do other things. So keeping structure, organization, that's actually really tough for a coach because there's a lot of other stuff that goes on. They're very committed to hockey, these women are, but it's not 24/7 like you would see in some other leagues. I think that's an important point, but I think it was good for Ryan to see that his team needed to have a minute. They needed to come back together, make sure they're on the same page with what the game plan is moving forward. And it's those opportunities, the successful coaches, the successful captains and players are going to be those that, you know, as they see things, are going to be able to make those adjustments on the fly. Right off the draw, shot whistled a little bit wide. And along the near wing side, it's Stupina, tied up by Kelly Babstock. Grace Kleinbach is there. She lost the handle, and Nikolaeva will start the attack out for Russia. Stupina takes the rink-wide feed down the right side. Pass goes to the slot. Starotoyova is denied on a good glove save by Brennan, as Starotoyova, the 17-year-old and the youngest player on this Russian team, look to light the lamp, as Russia still leads it by 7.
and that puck was bouncing around there. She was able to settle the puck and get a really decent shot, but Brennan was there, and that's what you want to see. Make the next save, make the next save. As a goalie, that's all you should be focused on.
Rachel Lade for the Whale. Brings it out to center ice to the left side, deflected in off the skate of Baribeau. Skiba with it deep. As Belyakova tied up. Belyakova played for the Riveters, Erica, a couple of seasons ago. Her statistics were not overwhelming. Watching her play last season in the Summit Series, watching her play this season, it's a bit of a wonder, because I think she would be a dominant player in this league if she had a chance or a second opportunity, second go-around per se.
I think so. Belyakova was dealing with some injuries when she was with the Riveters, so she lost some time there. And then, the league was brand new. She was a founding member of the New York Riveters that played in Aviator. And you wonder, how much just not having, or I should say the communication being an issue on that team.
Yeah, that definitely does play into it. There were a couple of Russian players during the first season that did play over here, but when you're the only one, and communication, I think that is a big part of it. Just being a fish out of water on a new continent is also something I think that needs to be said. But she has been very, very effective here in these series, and just obviously a key member on that top line for Team Russia.
Yep, and talked to Belyakova after the series last year. She'd be open to returning to the NWHL, enjoyed her time, was very friendly with her former teammates. But, the league has some growing to do, and, I think she enjoys being able to play in Russia for now.
Oh, we got a penalty here, a tripping call behind the play, and it looks like the Whale are going to go back onto the power play as Lydia Malyavko, number 24 for Team Russia, will go to the box.
And as we get ready for this face-off, does look like Team Russia did send a few of their players, including Captain Sosina, to the locker room to change. They're in plain clothes, not going to be playing in this third period.
Now still plenty of skaters on the bench for Russia. The full roster's dressed. Shot in the same mid side of the goal. Faber is there, couldn't get it by the sprawled out Sorokina after Orlando sent one through, and there's a minute 51 remaining in the penalty on Malyavka.
And that was good of her to recover. Really thought Faber was going to be able to wrap around her and get to that near post, but she was able to stick with it and make the save.
And it is Babstock with Goldsmith and Faber up front. Doyle along with Orlando. Here's Shannon Doyle. Little slap pass looking for Babstock. Barely kept in and then poked out of the zone. That was a nice play by Gergacheva, who got tied up with Shannon Doyle. And Orlando will outlet back from her own zone. Seam pass up the middle, and Faber is stride offside. Would have had a great look, but clearly two skates inside the Russian zone will bring it back outside.
And again, we're seeing that top line on the power play seemed to be the returners, along with is that Goldsmith there out there on the power play, I believe.
And I like Goldsmith's game. I know it's been a while since she's played competitively in women's hockey. She's been out of college a few years, but head coach at the Gunnery. She's played in all situations, special teams, and she's got some decent size, and she belongs out there. I think she played at St. Lawrence, so she knows about high-level Division I hockey. But there's something when you're new to a team and you're trying to, kind of feel your oats and get your way about it. But from the start, she seems like she's a part of this roster.
And I think that's been the story of this league, but definitely this season with the U.S. national team players in centralization, you lose a lot of players to that, and so there's opportunity for players to return to the game as players and not just coaches.
Yeah, centralization, it's really going to change who the stars of this league will be this season. We'll see some of those familiar names for sure. Kelly Babstock, one of them. We'll see some new names, of course, with the rookies that have joined this league, but I think some veterans will have an opportunity to break out, being given just more of an opportunity to, skate on top lines, get in more situations because of the absence of those Team USA players as the puck lobbed in on goal and held on to by Sorokina.
And I think one of those players can definitely be Sam Faber. Phil, you know more than I, certainly, being able to cover and broadcast for the Whale, what she means to this Connecticut Whale team. And I think when you put together all of the other players in the first two seasons, maybe Faber a little under the radar.
She had an upper body injury the first season that kind of cut a good portion of it out. As the shot from Goldsmith in on goal, Strum out in front, backhand shot, score! Kelly Babstock goes top shelf on the power play, and that is the second Whale goal this afternoon.
And Kelly Babstock, definitely going to be one of those stars that we see. Here we go with the replay. Shot goes, and Connecticut able to just continue to attack. Babstock picks it up, and as you said, roofs it.
Yeah, Faber was sent in by Goldsmith, and then Sam Faber was in there jabbing away at it. 14:59, time of the goal for Babstock, her first of the preseason. Both of the Whale goals coming on the power play. They're 2 for 6, and that is something, getting 6 power play opportunities. This Russian team's chippy. That doesn't surprise me, but the power play last year was an immense struggle for the Connecticut Whale team after it was such a plus in year one. That to be able to get a couple on the advantage is a big deal for this club, even though they're losing by 6 goals right now.
Preseason's all about that. The score, I mean, it's up there. Here we go again. And this is something else we want to see from Connecticut. Keep getting shots. Stick with the puck. You know, I don't think we saw too much of that, certainly in the first period. Got better in the second, and so far, improving still in the third.
2-on-1. Mitrofanova to the trailer, off the skate, and a penalty behind the play will put Russia on the advantage as Malyavko puts it in on Laura Brennan, and a tripping call against the Whale coming with 4:24 to go.
Now with that, as much as you want to go on the power play, you have to keep the other team off of the power play. And, you know, when you're down 6 goals, it can be tough because you're putting everything that you can out there, but again, fundamental hockey is what you want to see in a preseason game, especially when you're already down. Just focus on what you can control the controllables.
Well, Babstock for tripping, 15:36 time of the penalty. She led the team in penalty minutes a season ago with 26. And now Russia 2 for 3 on the power play as Nikolaeva fires a shot from the right side. That was blocked. Yupina has Starovoitova with her. Starovoitova to Skiba, one of the few veterans out there, Nikolaeva. Starovoitova, Nikolaeva sends it in. Off the stick of Yupina in front. Brickner without her stick, trying to soccer it along. Tied up along the boards. Nice play by the veteran Brickner. And then kicked back toward the corner. Starovoitova as they work it back around to Skiba. Now Belyakova. Up to Skiba, left point. Oldest skater on this Russian team. She doesn't get the third period off. Belyakova. Now to Alevtina. Back to Nikolaeva. Starovoitova. Good puck movement. Shot comes in. Blocked by Bolye. Yupina. A little slow to that puck. Couldn't get control of it. Dives to move it to Nikolaeva. She pinches along the right side. 45 left to the power play. 8-2 Team Russia on top with just over 3 minutes to go in regulation. It's been a long day for the Whale. They finally got a goal in the second from Shannon Doyle. One a couple of minutes ago from Babstock on the power play. Emily Fluke will track it down, number 11 in white. Cleared, came across offside, and that'll stop play as it was slapped back by Badalova. 2:47 to go in the third, 23 left to the Russia power play. Team Russia up by 6.
And we're going to get this face-off coming over here.
And from the neutral zone, Whale win it. Kleinbach sent it along, and it will deflect off of Sorokina as the Russians come up on the rush again. Badalova, Shokina, answer Dergachova. Looking to feed it toward the point, and Badalova will take it back out to center. Whale killed a penalty. Team Russia 2 for 4 now in the advantage. The Whale's penalty kill wasn't strong last year, just about 76%. So combined with the lackluster power play, big thing here. But now it is Kelly Babstock in front of Faber. Backhand try, jamming away is Sam Faber, and held on to there by the netminder Maria Sorokina with 2:10 to go.
Faber was right there in front, just didn't get enough on that first initial shot, tried to get the rebound going, but just, I don't know, maybe wasn't in the best position to get some language, as they say, on that first shot.
Couldn't get that one up off the ice on the backhand as Goldsmith wins the face-off to Kleinbach. Now for Aid. Point shot knocked down in the slot. Good keep in by the Whale. And Connecticut setting up on the left side. Pinching is Kleinbach. Working along with Fluke, trying to move it in front. Kicks back to Rachel Aid. Throws it out in front. Some traffic there. Never got to Sorokina. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. Rifled out to center off the boards. Whale play it back in her own end. Up the wall to Kleinbach. Battles her way across to the right side. Oh, and a big hit. That's a check for Team Russia. And going to the box will be Liana Ganyeva as she upended the opposing number 11, Emily Fluke. Ouch.
Yeah. Fluke felt that one, that's for sure.
I felt that up here.
Here we go. We see Emily Fluke spinning around, trying to get control of the puck. Not sure she saw that coming. That's never a good thing. Never feels good to get hit like that. But we're going to see another Connecticut Whale power play.
Oh, they'll wrap up this game on the skater advantage. 18:25, time of the penalty. As F24, then Malyavko up in the box. I thought that was Ganyeva who put the hit, but it was Emily Fluke who was the recipient of that illegal body check, as Goldsmith will drop it back for Doyle. Now to the right outboards, Babstock there to Faber. Popped off her stick, that pass a bit too hard. Mitrofanova cut off. Elena Orlando working on the top power play unit. Gives it to Babstock, nice move, pass in front, deflected high by Faber. She was right there as we come up on a minute to go in the third. Right point, Doyle lets it go, save me. Faber flanked by a couple of Russians, couldn't get to the rebound. Doyle with a keep in, slap pass left side. Pass in front for Faber from Babstock, couldn't get the shot in on goal. Babstock has been looking for Faber these last couple times, and Russia gets it out to center ice. Labova muscling through will send it down as we have 30 seconds to go. Whale try to end on a high note. Boulier gets the return pass, comes in across the line to Emily Fluke. Good to see her right back out there after taking that hit. That drew the penalty late to Russia. 18 seconds to go. Fluke trying to move to the right. Now Boulier with 13 to go. Cross ice pass, slap shot, big save by Sorokina as Rachel Aid was denied. 6 seconds to go in the third. 8-2 Russia, they're gonna win this game. Whale trying to get one last gasp, and that gasp is run out. 60 minutes in the books. A Team Russia blowout victory over the Connecticut Whale. 8-2 the final score. The Whale do get goals today from Shannon Doyle and Kelly Babstock, a pair of returning players, not just from year two, but also from year one. But a long day for Ryan Aquali and his club.
Yep. Again, the Connecticut Whale struggling a little bit with the defense, a few slip-ups there. Didn't really see as much cohesion as they needed offensively. It did get better over time, but not consistent. That's something that Connecticut's going to want to work on. They're going to need their veteran players and obviously a few of the new faces to really be able to step up, settle this team in to their systems, and execute.
Well, we've got the traditional center ice handshake, Erica, as we see after not just a series like this, but after every NWHL game. And, you know, that's just great. I really do like the sportsmanship that we see in this league.
Well, I think it's important. You compete on the ice, on the field, on the court, but you have to respect each other just as any professional setting you would do. So I think that's important. I think it allows the teams to settle in. As we mentioned earlier, lots of physicality, but these teams will see each other again on Tuesday. Bygones be bygones, and you come to play another game.
Well, the Whale at center ice lift their sticks up in the air, and Team Russia, you know, does likewise here in the second game of this 6-game Summit Series. There's still a lot of action to be played this week as the NWHL preseason rolls on, and the Whale have to recover pretty quickly. They're not going to have a practice before Tuesday night's game, so Ryan Aquali, there's so much you can do, on the whiteboard in terms of working things up. He's got to think about his team and what he's got going for this next night.
Yeah, that's going to be tough because again, you're not able to necessarily make the adjustments to play the team over again. On the other side, another way of looking at it is once you get these preseason games out of the way, you see what you've got, then you have the time to work just as a team leading up into the regular season.
And you know what's interesting? This is a tough loss. Now it's a preseason game. It doesn't mean much for the standings, but the Whale coming off the ice in their wrong jerseys today get a hero's welcome from all the young women, all the girls that have come out to support this team. It's just great because you're seeing the present of hockey in the NWHL. You're also seeing the future of women's hockey, which I think is great too.
Yeah, and also it's somewhat of a homecoming. This team started the inaugural season in Stamford, Connecticut. They're back in Stamford, Connecticut. And as you mentioned, you always want to see support for what you're doing professionally, and it's great that the fans were able to be here for this first preseason game.
Well, as we come back up to the press box here at Terry Connors ice rink alongside Erica Ayala, Phil Chuvaleo on hand. Tough loss tonight for the Connecticut Whale, 8-2 the final score. These two teams will play once again on Tuesday night at 7:30. But right now, let's send it downstairs. Ashley Audette has Ryan Aquali.
Coach, thanks for meeting with us. Tough loss today, but a couple great goals from Doyle and Babstock. What can we expect to see from them the rest of this season?
Yeah, I mean, they're high performers for us, so, what we saw from them today is really, what their role is and what we expect. And, the highlight for us is really our performance on the power play, so at least it gives us something to build on.
Absolutely. Now, tough loss. How are you really taking away? What's the takeaway from this game?
Yeah, the takeaway is that there's not a disparity in talent, it's a disparity in execution. And so if we can minimize the mistakes and the odd man rushes and really get back to focusing on the things we control, we'll be a much more competitive game on Tuesday.
Absolutely. So, like you said, you're playing on Tuesday, playing Russia. What is the game plan now that you've kind of gotten through the kinks of this first game?
Yeah, one of the things that we take away from the game is that there's nothing they're doing that we're incapable of preventing. So again, if we can execute on our plays, execute on our positioning and our rotations, we'll minimize odd man rushes and in turn minimize goal scoring chances.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Coach.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Well, I think Tuesday night, Eric, is going to be a big night for Ryan Aquali to figure out, okay, who am I playing on a night-in, night-out basis? I'm dressing everybody today, but you're going to shorten that bench considerably after Tuesday night's game, and there are going to be some skaters on the outside looking in. And that, if you're a veteran player on this Connecticut Whale team, you probably feel a little bit safe. Kelly Babstock's not worrying about ice time, but there are some players that have to be concerned about, hey, am I going to get to play every night?
And I think it's as much of the players being able to contribute their competitive edge and their talents, as well as being able to fit in to what the system is for the Connecticut Whale. So it's not just about talent individually, it's how it's going to come together. We have a 25-player roster this season in the NWHL, but just like the seasons prior, 17 players per game. So you're right, Ryan Aquali and the team are going to have to figure out what that system is going to look like. Who are the best matches and the best pairs to get them goals.
There's talent, that's a big part of it. There's also team chemistry, and Ryan Aquali focused in the offseason on bringing in players that were going to make for a cohesive locker room, a group of players they're going to get along really well together. That might mean a rough start with this team because these are a lot of players, they're just not really all that familiar with each other. A lot of new bodies, a lot of new faces, but if you have that chemistry and over some time kind of work some things out, that can help them down the road. The one thing about the NWHL, everybody makes the playoffs. You can come in third place and you can be the Buffalo Buttes and you can win the Isabel Cup. Those things can happen. So, early in the season, it helps you positioning for seeding. It's great to get wins under your belt. A lot of good stuff there. But at the end of the day, it's how you finish the season. How are you heading going into playoff time?
And if I may perhaps, hone in on something that Anya Bottolino, your former partner, used to say a lot, is that look at the New York Riveters from last season. They had a similar problem and challenge as the Whale do this year, and were able to finish the regular season in second place.
Well, that's going to do it here from Terry Connor's ice rink in Stamford, Connecticut. A rough one today for the Connecticut Whale as Team Russia defeated them by a final of 8-2 in Game 2 of the 6-game NWHL Summit Series. That Summit Series continues right here on Tuesday night at 7:30. If you go to nwhl.zone, you can pick up tickets if you can't make it to the game. You could join us here. It won't be on Twitter. The game will be on NWHL Cross Ice Pass via YouTube. Erica and I will have all of the play-by-play for you. Erica, thanks so much for joining us, not only today, but also this season on Whale Broadcasts.
It was my pleasure.
For Erica Ayala and Ashley Audette, I am Phil Jubileo, wishing you a wonderful afternoon from Stamford, Connecticut. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, everybody. You've been watching the NWHL on Twitter.